Well, greetings, everyone, and welcome to a truly special online event today. It's called the Hidden Healing Agreements Between Animals and Humans. Activate shared soul contracts for deeper emotional connection and inner peace. My name is Stephen Dine. I'm the founder and president of the Shift Network, and I'm thrilled to be going to another layer of our exploration into a deeper relationship with our animal companions, allies, and really sometimes guides, because I really see this as the heart of healing humanity's relationship with itself when we can learn to relate to animals in a way that is more about souls connected for higher purposes rather than through a lens of domination and subjugation. And we're going to get to explore how to do this in a way that really is spiritually sophisticated, psychologically sophisticated, with one of the world's pioneers in this area. Her name is Tammy Billups. She's a certified interface therapist, author, and holistic healer for animals and people. We recently did a course with Tammy, got such great feedback that we're really excited that she's not only coming back for today, but that we have a brand new advanced training, 18-week training that we're going to share about more in later in this event. So if you get sparked by today and want to really learn some powerful methodologies for how to take this, apply it in your own life and potentially with clients as well, you are in for a treat, and we'll share more about that towards the end of the hour. And that's called the Animal-Human Tandem Healing Method. So more to come. Tammy, thank you so much for joining us again today.
Oh, thank you, Stephen. It's wonderful to be here.
Great. Well, I know there's a lot you want to teach us today, but I'd love to get a little bit of your backstory and what really brought you not only to animal communication, but seeing the potential for the tandem healing work.
Yeah, well, when I look back at especially my 20s and 30s, I can see where the seeds of this work were already planted and blooming before I was consciously aware of it. In my 20s and 30s, I had a lot of physical issues and a lot of physical manifestations. And what's interesting is that even though I noticed that my animals were mirroring me at the time, I didn't quite understand what to do with that. And when I say they were mirroring me, I mean they were mirroring my exact physical issues that I had, from asthma to bladder issues to skin conditions and food sensitivities, all kinds of things. And my cats at the time would come down with the same exact thing that I had. It's
Wow.
it's so fascinating to me. So I can see now that, during that time I was really living my life with underlying fear. It's really interesting. I'd go to a doctor at the slightest of things that were wrong, and I would Zoom my cats to the vet constantly. I feel like I was at a doctor or a veterinarian once a week through that time. And my animals were often absorbing my stuff, and they were reflecting it, and they were trying to get me to see it, but I didn't have the awareness at that time. And then everything cracked open. My mother passed 26 years ago, and within 3 months, all three of my cats also transitioned as well. And like someone turning on a light switch, all of a sudden, all of my safely hidden and repressed childhood traumas, including horrific different types of abuse that happened to me as a child, came back up into my psyche all at the same time. All of those things happened. So it was a very painful time. And yet something within me was saying, it's time. It's time. We're moving forward now. So I dove into a deep inner healing journey. Soon thereafter, enrolled in a multi-year certification course in bioenergetics under two psychotherapists who beautifully taught methods of energetic healing, helping to heal emotional wounds through the energetic field and stabilize energy fields and get to the origin of the protection patterns that were formed early in life. And somewhere in that first year of training, I wondered, what would happen if I applied these techniques to animals? So I began to ask my friends if I could conduct healing sessions on their animal companions. And what was so wild was that the results stopped me in my tracks. It was crazy. A friend's horse that had been diagnosed with some type of disorder where he would never be able to run again was running after 2 sessions. And friends that were, their animals were told that it was their time, lived on for years more. And I feel like as I look back at that was the results that I needed to see to know that this stuff really works, that I was provided with these mini miracles to know, yes, this stuff really works. You're on the right path. But then came the breakthrough through that changed really everything for me. Through those first sessions that I conducted, I began noticing that there was this extraordinary, multi-dimensional, energetic language that was expressing itself between the animals and their human. And that was surprising to me at the time. And then I became aware of how we are all carrying unconscious soul level muscle memory, imprints from other lifetimes and our experiences that guide us toward the exact beings that we are meant to partner with and heal with in this life. And for many of us, that partner has four legs or wings or fur. So there is a deeper intelligence, a shared healing agenda, soul contracts that long to be fulfilled that draw us together. So I noticed during sessions how the animal was intentionally triggering their person, or as an example, but their higher selves were in active partnership with their human's higher self, all in service to mutual shared evolution, which just blew my mind at the time. So what I found was that animals responded quickly and beautifully to the healing, but if the person wasn't on board with their portion, that they're with what their souls had agreed to do, that their issue would sometimes return. They would have these miraculous healings and then it would return. And they needed their person in it with them for the results to be sustainable. And that was the moment that everything crystallized into what is now the animal-human tandem healing method. I began conducting hundreds of case studies and tracking everything. I noticed what was unfolding during the session, what the results were, how their past experiences factored into the goals, what type of characteristics and traits showed up for different unhealed wounds within the person and the animal and what they shared together. But what continues to amaze me, Stephen, is that the more I do the work in this field, the more extraordinary and sacred the animal-human bond reveals itself to be. It never stops morphing into a more beautiful thing within each pairing that I work with. So the method has continued to be enhanced and to evolve, and this beautiful option of mutual healing within a unified field of light continues to grow.
Mm. Well, what a beautiful vision and compelling stories. And yeah, really creates an opportunity for us to really see our relationship with an animal companion as one of our most important vehicles for healing ourselves and evolving ourselves. So I want to start with a little bit going deeper into some of the potential. So you started with the mirroring, so this sort of like taking on similar patterns and issues. So how do you sort of take that frame and sort of understand and relate to your animal companion in a different way if you acknowledge the potential for this kind of mirroring?
Right, right. Well, there are certain things that you're going to be able to spot, and then I can actually take someone into how to recognize it and how to intentionally recognize it when your animal is mirroring you. So there's going to be behaviors that arise during times of your stress or some type of emotional activation within the animal. When you're stressed, you're going to see that arise within your animal. There are physical symptoms that can be parallel to your own challenges in some way, your own physical issues. There are sudden shifts in mood or energy that match what you're experiencing internally. And you're going to be able to see that these are the types of ways that the mirroring shows up. So there are patterns that will repeat in both of your lives, behaviors or symptoms that reflect emotions that you are repressing. Those are the ones that animals are really going to show you. They're going to be your triggers. Let me see if I can. There's a couple of stories I can tell you on this. There's one. What's coming to mind first is I had a kind of acquaintance named Lorelei, and I got this emergency call one day that I just happened to pick up. And she said, "Oh my gosh, Tam, you got to help me. My cat's up in the tree." And I came home and I kept hearing this meowing, and he's up in the tree and he's scared to death. He's just shivering and I can't get him down. And it's been, I don't know how long it was at the time, a couple of hours before. And she'd called the mayor, she had called the fire department, she had called everyone she could think of. And I said, "Where is your energy around this right now?" She said, "I'm petrified." And I said, "And then what's going on with Yintu, her cat?" And she said, "He's petrified." And I said, "So how is your energy going to be helping him? You're just reflecting it back to him and he's reflecting it back to you. What can you do?" I said, "Can you decide to get more empowered? Can you know that everything is going to be okay? Can you embody the energy that you are looking for him to exude in this moment?" And she kind of just did this long pause and she said, "Got it." And then she gets off the phone and she goes out and she takes this deep breath to become empowered in a way that she had never become empowered. She had to empower her inner child from this pattern of reacting into helplessness and to thinking that there was no way out. And she went out to the tree and she started screaming up at her cat and said, "Yintu, you got this. You can do this. I know you can. You can do this. I believe in your ability to get yourself out of this predicament." And she said, instantaneously, he began climbing, like, "Oh, yeah, you're right." And then he just began climbing down the tree to get out of the situation. It's amazing to me. I mean, I could have story after story of times. There's another story that comes to mind regarding a cat that a woman had called me and said, "I want you to be able to fix my cat." That's usually where it starts. Fix my animal, because then I'll feel better and they'll feel better. And the animal was very shy and would stay underneath of the bed all the time. And where we got to with that is that she was open to do tandem sessions, something she had never done before or wasn't open to before, and said, "Yeah, I'll go on this ride with her." Well, it turned out that her name was Sarah. Sarah was actually very shy and would rather be underneath the bed when people came over the house too. She had not yet embraced and accepted the part of her that was very empathic, that was very sensitive, and so she was having difficulty accepting that within Sasha, her kitty. And they embarked on this beautiful inner healing journey together that went back to Sarah's mom issues of being over controlled and expecting her to be differently than her sensitive self naturally is. And it wasn't too long, of course, of maybe 3 or 4 sessions. And all of a sudden, the cat Sasha is coming out from under the bed because she let go of the expectations and started to accept and give herself the same acceptance that Sasha was really calling into. So they will always mirror something about us, especially if they're triggering us, especially if they've got some issue that gets the person very upset. Then you know that there's some type of enmeshment there. They're representing something for you that's happening within yourself.
Hmm. Really great stories. And yeah, I'd love to. So there's the mirroring that's sort of just the similar pattern, and then the triggering. So that can be a different kind of mirroring.
Right.
And then what about some of the sort of once you notice the patterns, the actual sort of like metabolizing or healing of the patterns with a partnership relationship with the companion animal?
Well, can you say that question in a
I
different
was
way?
just thinking about like, so once things are triggered or as surface, how can you actually collaborate on the healing of
Oh, yeah. Well, you're going to be able to get to that higher perspective of the situation. You're going to be able to look at them differently and really make a mental note of, okay, how can I react differently? What are they really trying to tell me here? And so you want to be able to go deeply into the issue and see it from a higher perspective simultaneously. I mean,
Mhm.
and actually, ways to kind of recognize the mirroring in the moment would be to just take a breath. If you're wondering or curious whether or not they're mirroring you, just stop, pause, take a long, slow, deep breath, and then ask yourself some questions. Is this emotion familiar? Is this something I've been pushing down? Is it my animal expressing what I haven't allowed myself to feel yet? That's what's important. So you want to shift from fear into curiosity instead of what's wrong with them. It's and how can I fix it? It's more, what are they showing me about myself? So in those moments, you can call in your animal's higher self and your higher self and just ask for the answers to reveal themselves in the right and perfect timing.
Beautiful. How do you then sort of go beyond the sort of the one level of mirroring to seeing the patterns to sort of understanding the deeper soul contracts that might be behind a particular learning or lesson?
Right. It's almost like how to create a more conscious healing partnership together, right? Because that's what we're doing when we're getting to that level of soul contracts and identifying them at a soul level. That's where we want to go with this tandem, with the tandem type healing, is you want to look at them as your conscious partner, right? You want to be emotionally transparent with them. That's taking things to the next level, is be emotionally transparent with yourself and with them, and then honoring your animal as a teacher and a guide, and really seeing them in that way. They're not just your companions. It's you really want to look at them as a partner, as a teacher, and then you can take that road together and become conscious co-creators, which is really the goal, which is what you're asking about, is getting to that next level. And then you can see, what do they want to do? You want to look at them more respectfully as true equal, as your partner. It's like, what are they trying to teach you? How can you serve together? What are they trying to tell you through their actions? And the more that you do that, the more all of a sudden those beautiful soul level reasons why you came together, you're going to have those inspired ideas that just show up. And maybe you're doing more sacred work together. Maybe they're helping you. Maybe you're realizing that they're helping you now in your sacred practice. And you do that with more intent. You say, okay, you want to hold space, well, and tell me what you're doing with that, maybe tuning into them more, and getting to that next level of why they're in your life. And when you do that with more consistency, then like anything, more opportunities to do the same are going to start showing up, where you can be conscious co-creators together with the sacred work that you both came to do.
Hmm, beautiful. Let's dive a little deeper into some of the healing that can, so you can see the mirroring and have the patterns elicited. Like, how do you then sort of kind of take it deeper to like addressing the emotional patterns underneath that could actually that lead to the deeper healing? So I'd love to a little bit the process of how the things open and then deepen.
Yeah, so when you're starting to recognize that they are mirroring you, that there is a desire to heal at a deeper level, there's going to be a lot of different ways that you can do that. And of course, healing in partnership to me is the number one way. So you want to invite them into your meditation time so that you can allow up certain emotions that you're releasing in those moments, and whatever's triggered that there might be showing you, they might be mirroring you, and you want to go into meditation. There's qigong, there's tapping, there's all kinds of different methods that you can use to allow forth those deeper emotional wounding to heal, because we are trying to move forward together lighter, and we came together to heal those deeper issues. And so it is really taking your own personal inner healing by the reins a bit more, and know that whatever you're doing for yourself, your animal gets a hit of that. Your animal's along for the ride on that.
Mhm.
So whenever you take control of that and say, I'm going to do this for me. And when people say, well, gosh, Tammy, I want to make an appointment, but I don't know if I can afford the tandem session. I can do the individual session. Should I just do my animal? And I said, no, they would want you to do you. because because when you are working on yourself, they are feeling better. And you can still invite in their team or invite their presence to be with you. But it's important for you to take the reins of your own inner healing journey, because that's really one of the biggest things they came into your life. That's why they're partnering with you. When I work on people that are doing tandem healing together, and they do a series of them, often what happens is that the person will say, gosh, I want you to fix my dog. He's being very needy. I'm thinking of someone in particular, Rick and Sammy, and he had contacted me saying, I found this dog on the property and he's not anyone's. I've already checked that out, but he's so needy and he follows me around. And by the second session, he was open to doing tandem sessions. By the second session, he said, Tammy, it's interesting. I've realizing that I've every love relationship I've ever had are just, the girls are just like Sammy. They're really needy and they're following me around and they're doing this stuff. And I said, well, isn't that interesting? And he said, I want to go on this deeper dive. I want to heal my abandonment issues and see what happens here. And then often when I do that in a series, what happens is that by the third or fourth session, they're like, yeah, in this case, he was like, Sammy's fine. He's not chasing the truck anymore. He's not following me around anymore. He's not needy anymore, but I want to go deeper into my personal healing. And the Sammy is celebrating that. He's going, yeah, go, go, go. So it's just seeing those things within yourself, what they're doing, and then allowing yourself and giving yourself permission to create the safety and internal parenting needed to create a deeper inner healing journey.
Beautiful. Do you want to share more about like how you can really deepen and really consecrate the healing partnership with your animal to really take it to the next level?
Okay, so like I said, you want to honor their role as a teacher, listening to their subtle cues. You want to invite their soul into your inner conversation that you might need clarity and guidance and letting go of the outcome. And your souls are in charge. So you can trust the wisdom of your soul partnership to really allow everything to go where it needs to go so that both of you can get to that higher frequency, to the higher frequency of being together, of living together. And I think probably the most important thing is to begin to fully be aware of the fact that you are worthy of your own love. You
Hmm.
are worthy of your own love. And when you are that's one of the ways that your animal is high-fiving you at a soul level. They often will mirror back your golden part. When you look at your animal and think they can do no wrong at all, and look at how they look at me, they just want you to look in the mirror and see yourself in the same manner and way that they're looking at you. And when you start doing all these little things, that's when you are consciously co-creating, getting to that next level.
Hmm. I love that. Well, your perspective is super illuminating and uplifting, and I know that you want to do a little bit of a guided practice to deepen all of our connections with our animal companion, and I think now would be a great time to do that.
Wonderful. Yeah. So let's get everyone really settled and taking a deep breath. Get comfortable. Okay. So you can close your outer eyes and take a slow, deep breath in. This is called a higher self reunion. So we're going to go to those deeper places that allow through the type of relationship your souls long for. So again, take a deep breath directly into your heart and let it fall out of your body like a soft wave returning to the shore. And again, inhale deeply and exhale fully. With each breath, feel yourself dropping into your inner world, leaving behind the noise of the mind. And with every inhale, draw in light from the heavens. And with every exhale, release any restriction or tightness. Feel your body soften, your energy loosen, your heart begin to open. And now imagine a radiant sphere of light forming around you. It begins as a soft glow, and then it expands into a full cocoon of safety and protection. This magnificent sphere of light is woven from two sacred forces. luminous, heavenly, golden, and brilliant white light descending from above. It's clear and purifying. And Mother Earth's nurturing energy rising from below, steady and ancient and safe. You're so very safe. And as these currents meet within you, they begin to organically cleanse your field. Feel and sense the heavenly light gently flowing through your mind, clearing old thoughts and worries. And then sense the Mama Gaia Earth energy rising throughout your body, loosening any tension, dissolving emotional residue, releasing anything that might block the high frequency connection you are about to enter. Just allow this cleansing to continue, softening your edges, lifting your vibration, preparing you for what comes next. When you are feeling ready, sense the ground beneath you gently shift. And you might suddenly find yourself standing in a meadow filled with fragrant flowers, petals glowing, soft breeze, the air warm and sweet, the colors alive with spirit. This beautiful meadow exists between the seen and the unseen. It is a place where the soul of one of your animal friends can meet you with ease. So now gently invite one of your beloved animal companions, whether in body or in spirit, to join you here. Ask that it be the one that was intended to be here with you today. Generally, the first animal that comes to mind is the one whose presence is intended to be with you. To feel their presence approaching. It's a familiar warmth, a loving heart and soul recognition that arises from deep within your heart. And as they come closer, notice how the sphere of light brightens around you, as if the light itself remembers the two of you, as if it recognizes the ancient bond you share, as if it knows the soul healing agreement you made long before this lifetime. Stand together within this sacred sphere. You, your animal, the earth, the heavens, all connected, all aligned, all remembering. Be fully in this moment and breathe. And now perhaps place your hand over your heart and invite your higher self to step forward. Your divine essence, your eternal wisdom, the part of you that has loved this being across lifetimes. Feel your higher self descend into your body like a warm sunlight. filling you with clarity and peace and truth. And across from you, your animal invites their higher self to join them too. See a shimmering light enveloping their form, their soul essence merging with their body, bringing them purpose and remembrance and love. And now both of you stand before another. Two souls, two higher selves, ready to connect and reunite on every level possible. Take a deep breath and step toward each other. As you do so, a wave of recognition flows between you. A radiant stream of love connecting your hearts. And a luminous cord of energy forms, flowing freely between your hearts, pulsing with remembrance and joy. And within your mind's eye, gaze into your animal's eyes. Feel the timeless bond that lives there. In this moment, you might remember the lifetimes you've shared, the healing journeys, the adventures, the growth, the experiences, and the boundless love that forever flows between you. It's like coming home to each other. Just give permission for your hearts to communicate. Take this moment to let your souls remember the truth of your sacred time together and the higher purpose of it. And now feel the energy around you begin to shift. The light between your hearts expands. The meadow brightens, and the luminous sphere around you begins to hum with a higher frequency of light. This is the activation. The moment your shared healing contracts awaken to their next level of purpose. You are stepping into a new way of being together. One of intentional, sacred partnership, where you can see the higher reasons behind the little things, where challenges reveal purpose, and where love guides every interaction. Breathe in this new vibration. Let it fill your heart with peace. Let it dissolve old patterns of suffering. And as the old softens and falls away, feel this truth settle into your heart. The knowing that you are not broken, you never were. You're both learning and unlearning. And you are both becoming whole in a new way. In this powerful activation moment, give yourself permission to open to the path of joy and wellness in the heart of your relationship. Breathe that in. Give yourself permission to open the path to joy and wellness. Take another deep breath and allow it in. Feel the energy of your higher selves anchoring fully now, integrated, embodied, and whole. You are both radiant, aligned, and ready to walk forward into this new chapter, however it unfolds. Take one more deep breath and consciously take a step forward together, as if you are walking over a threshold to a new way of being in the world together. And notice how the energy feels lighter, clearer, more alive. You can sense the divine purpose in every shared glance, every touch, every moment. Two souls co-creating a higher consciousness of heaven on earth for all beings in your orbit, and serving yourselves and others with love and acceptance and respect and joy. And as you begin to return to your body now, express gratitude to all the animals and beings of light who are and have beautifully guided your path. Let this new frequency settle into your cells. Let it soften the places that have been tight. Let it open the places that have been closed. Let it illuminate the path ahead. You have activated the next level of your shared purpose. Let this new frequency lead you forward together. Let it guide your choices, soften your reactions, and remind you that love, pure, ancient, unconditional love, is the center of your soul partnership. And we say thank you, thank you, thank you. And so it is.
Well, what a gorgeous and uplifting and memorable way to connect with our companion animals. It's kind of almost like a spiritual marriage ceremony or something. Very beautiful. And yeah, thank you for that. And what a beautiful foundation for moving forward. I want to I want to ask a little bit before. I know we're going to talk soon about the chance to study with you and really understand this tandem healing method on the next level. I want to first ask just about the practice of starting to work with others and how that's been really meaningful for you to sort of teach other people to do this healing work, to like make it an avocation, not just for personal healing.
It's, well, Stephen, it's really been life-changing for me to be able to take this modality and create it and really move forward in the world, seeing what can happen when we are aware of the partnerships that we have at a soul level with our animal companions. I certainly didn't realize it in my 20s and 30s. And once I began working in this way and working with my own animals, it's been extraordinary to see the types of relationships that I've had with my animal companions shift over the years, from codependency into healthy co-creation together to a new level of acceptance and love and forgiveness in ways that wasn't there before, and being able to work with them and work with others really by helping people to recognize these beautiful. I get emotional when I think about it, because these animals come in our lives and we don't realize all that they're doing for us, but yet they are our sacred partners. And for many of us that maybe learned early in our lives that it wasn't necessarily safe to partner with people for our growth. I mean, this is unconscious, of course, that we do this, but at a soul level, we had already lined up these beautiful, extraordinary animals to come into our lives because we want to continue to grow. We want to continue to heal. We want to get to our highest potential. And so in walk these beautiful, safe beings of light to do this extraordinary work with. And I really do think that this is a way that we're moving to. It's very futuristic in a lot of ways of having the capacity to realize that we can take our growth relationships that we have, our partnerships that we have with people or animals, and take them to the next level more consciously and put that out in the world and learn how to help others do the same.
Hmm. So beautiful. Well, this is a great segue into talking about your upcoming training, which is really a groundbreaking opportunity to take this paradigm shift, turn it into something that's totally transformational personally and for professionals who want or aspiring professionals. So Tammy's agreed to teach this brand new 18-week training. It's called the Animal Human Tandem Healing Method. Learn to facilitate soul-aligned healing sessions between animals and humans. You can find it at the URL animalhumantandemhealing.com, animalhuman tandemhealing.com. And I would love for you to share, first of all, Tammy, like what are some of your intentions of what people will walk away with having undergone this deep training with you?
Well, I definitely hope that they'll walk away with the clarity, the confidence, and the skills to offer this work professionally, to help animals and their humans walk away with each other with greater ease, like seeing them walk down the path with their animals with greater ease. And I believe that together we can shift paradigm of healing in a new way, two beings at a time.
Beautiful. So let's talk about the program in the actual curriculum in detail. It's pretty deep and involved. So it's in three parts. And let's first talk about the first part, which is going to include 6 different modules over 6 weeks. It's called Establish the Energetic Foundation for Spirit-Led Sacred Work. And I'll read out the module titles, but first maybe set a little orienting framework for what this whole first part is going to give
Yes.
people.
Yeah, the part one is really how to become the vessel, how to come in clear, grounded, attuned, sovereign. You'll be enhancing your intuitive abilities. You'll be strengthening your energetic hygiene, deepening your ability to stay grounded in presence, learning powerful tools with two guest experts as well to help you remain clear, replenished, and energetically sovereign before and after sessions.
Wow. So I'll read out the module titles if you want to jump in and add any extra depth in areas. So module 1, rise into the next octave of the animal-human partnership in your soul-led service. Module 2, dive into self-care. Tune into the wisdom your body and soul are always offering. Module 3, understanding your past wound patterns and innate wiring to learn how to best sense, receive, and interpret energy. I'd love to a little bit more on that one.
Yeah, we're going to be doing an intuitive sensory mapping process that will identify how they naturally receive intuitive information, and that will reveal how their wound patterns shape perception as well. It's going to be really cool.
Then we go into module 4, create the inner foundation for sacred work, essential practices for grounding, strengthening boundaries, and energetic clarity. I think that's also worth a bit more explanation.
Yeah, this is going to build the self-love. This is going to build neutrality in your sessions, which is key. This is going to build, you're going to have create energetic sovereignty. It clears personal agendas so you can hold space more clearly with your clients.
Then we go into module 5, the power of sound to cleanse and purify your energy field. That's a really interesting addition since we do a lot of sound healing at Shift that you're bringing that in as well.
There's an expert coming in. The president of the International Sound Therapy Association of the World is coming in to show people different methods for how they could actually cleanse themselves before and after sessions and cleanse your energetic healing space for the sessions to ensue.
Well, then in module 6, bring in another lineage of practice. This is all about Qigong practices to help healers stay clear, replenished, and energetically strong. It's a really novel addition to the animal communication and healing work. So share a little bit why Qigong is so valuable to add into the practice.
I have learned that animal lovers overall are more empathic and more sensitive than the average person. That's why we're drawn to animals. So I have found Qigong to be an extraordinary help within myself and my clients to be able to clear the sensitivity before. Your healing is different than communication. You're healing, so you're getting kind of enmeshed in their energy fields. It's so important to have good self, good energetic hygiene. And so we've got guest expert Jessica Moritz who's coming in. She's going to stay up late. She's in Germany, and she's going to teach you flows on how to cleanse your field, how to for before and after a session, and again, different things that you can do on a daily basis to be at the highest frequency possible for your clients, for the most productive sessions to unfold.
Really great and very unique foundations to set as well. So, part two then is all about the energetic structure and dynamics of an animal human tandem healing session. So, this is going to include six more modules, and maybe first share the broad overview and we can touch on some highlights of what's coming there.
Yes, part two is going to be seeing and sensing the invisible. We're going to talk about energetic cords, emotional wound patterns, past life threads, and energetic exchanges. You'll be learning how to remotely sense, interpret, and navigate the many types of energetic exchanges that might occur between an animal and a human during an animal healing. And say that fast three times. Animal human tandem healing session, including what's unfolding in multiple dimensions, as well as identifying their higher purposeful soul contracts. How to do that.
So module seven goes, the first part of that goes into explore the higher purpose and energetic mechanics of animal-human healing partnerships. I think the energetic mechanics sounds really interesting. You want to share a little more of that?
Yeah, that's the soul mirroring framework that reveals how animals reflect emotional, karmic, and ancestral patterns.
Then into module eight, understand and identify energetic relationship cords and streamers to skillfully work with the architecture of the animal-human partnership. Very revealing cords and streamers. Share more there.
Well, we have these relationship cords, and when you're working on two beings at the same time, they're going to pop up, and it's being able to identify what type of relationship cord it is, and how to help release the ones that are ready to release, and really strengthen the ones that are healthy cords as well. So it's really fascinating to see what happens when you're connected to two people, two beings, I should say, at the same time.
Totally, really gets very multidimensional there. So module nine then goes into learn to identify the levels of the energy field, energetic blocks, attachments, and auric leaks to elevate your healing work. Very advanced energy healing subjects here and applied to the animal-human partnership. Really fascinating. Then module 10, emotional wound patterns, learn the predictable energy flows, behaviors, characteristics, and congestion points for animals and humans. You want to share anything more about that?
Well, these are these patterns that I teach so much about that we've done. I have another course I did on the Shift Network about just these five different emotional wound patterns. So we're going to do something that a technique where you're actually learning what yours are and then be able to identify how they're going to show up within the two clients and the emotional wound pattern signature map of the blueprint of their patterns and why they came together. It's really fast. And the congestion points, I mean, there's behavior symptoms, different things that you're going to be able to detect which ones they're working on and to be able to help them to clear them.
Then module 11, support deep soul integration, working with the hairline and core star dimensions to feel whole, well, and fully embodied. Anything you want to share there?
Yes, yes. The soul integration process reunites any fragmented soul parts held by either human or the animal. And yes, this can happen. Sometimes they're holding them for each other. It's really interesting what happens. They might be holding them for each other, and then there might be some soul integration that happens. So we're going to be going all the details of what it actually is and how you can detect it during a session.
Very cool. And then we close out that part of the program with module 12, learn to interpret higher self-guidance, decode symbols, soul contracts, and past life influences. Amazing stuff. Then part three, facilitating remote animal human tandem healing sessions. So share more about what you're going to be teaching people there.
This is the part where you become the practitioner. the ethical, attuned, confident, and soul-led practitioner. You'll step fully into practitioner mode and learn my proprietary technique. So to prepare and track the unified field. There is a unified field that happens, and you're going to be learning all about that. Now you're going to be able to take it into practitioner mode. So you'll also learn the ethical foundations of the method and how to communicate with clients. And this is such an important part. Let me repeat that, how to communicate with clients in a respectful, heart-aligned way.
So important. So module 13, explore ethical practice and inner alignment to become a heart-centered practitioner. Module 14, establish the energetic container for sacred connection during animal-human tandem healing sessions. I'm going to share more about creating that container.
Yes, we're going to do an invocation and permission protocol that opens a safe, benevolent, unified field for both beings. It's prepare to be wowed for those of you that want to sign up for this, because it is such a sacred space that can be created for the most productive, expeditious healing to unfold.
Then module 15, compassionate communication, soul-led guidance, and post-session integration tips. Then into module 16, refine your perception so you can track both animals and humans during tandem sessions. A skill obviously is going to extend beyond just the sessions here, when to be able to track multiple beings at the same time. And then module 17, practice emotionally attuned communication to guide the co-healing process. I'd love more information on that.
Yeah, this is the wound pattern aligned language framework that's going to be happening during this module. So it helps them to speak in ways that bypass defenses and open the heart. And that's what you want. You want to create that environment. I think so much of healing work is about how we express ourselves into communicating with our clients. They have to be able to trust you. They have to be able to know that you're coming from your heart. And we're going to really dive deeply into that.
What a beautiful blessing. So that's emotionally attuned communication to guide the co-healing process. And then finally, we have module 18, final chapter and end-of-life support. Communicate with and guide seekers navigating their animals' transition.
Yeah. Anyone who works with animals needs to know how to support sacred transitions with neutrality, clarity, and compassion, because it's going to come up. And so this is going to give you the tools to be able to help people through that time.
Well, it's clear this gives you such powerful personal and professional foundations to really do this work, to experience the benefits of it for yourself and for others. I'll share a little bit more about this training. It's really unique and quite a blessing to have it. So it's, again, at animalhumantandemhealing.com. So if you choose to move forward, you'll get those 18 90-minute live training sessions with Tammy, which are going to include practices, Q&A time. You'll get recordings of every session, video and audio. You'll have transcripts, weekly practices. There's a community group to support you and deepen your experience, as well as small group time to connect with other participants. And we find that these kinds of trainings really create a very powerful sense of community and exchange. And when you're learning from each other, you're growing your professional skill set, and you're also developing allies as you build a business in this area, as an example, and that's really important. So when you go to the page, you'll also see, in addition to the core training, there are a number of extra bonuses that have each been added to enhance the journey. There's a video teaching with Jackie Winters called Held in Light, partnering with crystals to elevate and enhance your inner sanctuary and healing space. There's also a video class and workbook from Dr. Kara Gubbins called Animal Chakra Essentials, a pathway to deeper connection and healing. You want to share anything more about that bonus?
Oh, Dr. Kara is amazing. All these bonus gifts, I feel so blessed that people said yes, that I reached out to. And Dr. Kara, she's written books and cards and many different products about animal chakras. And she put together a beautiful PowerPoint. And even actually, I think there's a little workbook as well that she put together for people so that they will completely understand animal chakras. So there's not that much out there about those.
Well, that's so great. And then I also want to draw attention to one final bonus, which is very exciting. This is for anyone who signs up right away by midnight, and so this gives you an extra incentive to sign up now. This is a video teaching with Reverend Stephanie Redfeather called Energy Hygiene for Animal-Loving Empaths, Staying Sovereign with Your Embodied Self. You want to share more about that bonus with Stephanie?
Yeah, Stephanie's faculty as well, and she is this amazing person. Written all these books about being an empath, which is perfect for animal lovers. And so she's going to go over energetic hygiene in a way where where you realize that your sensitivity becomes a source of strength for you in a new way. That's going to give you the foundational tools you need to embrace your own empathic ways and be able to be the best practitioner possible.
Hmm. Well, it's truly going to be an amazing program, and it's taught at a very sophisticated level. You're going to get very advanced tools and also have the foundations for doing this work well. So we've kept the investment very appropriate to that level of training that we're getting. It's 5 payments of $395, or you can save 10% when you pay in full with one payment of $17.99. The course is going to start August 5th and run Wednesdays at 1 Pacific, 4 Eastern. And even if you can't make the live times, you can still get the full value with the recordings, the transcripts, and the community as well. Plus, you're going to have the whole additional course that was the foundational course on emotional wounds. So there's some great testimonials on the page from Tammy's students and those who really are so blessed by her work about her teachings and her words and her practices. So you're in very good hands, and you will get some incredibly powerful skills for working with animals and humans in a tandem healing way. So again, it's all at animalhumantandemhealing.com, animalhumantandemhealing.com. You get all those 18 modules, the previous course, all the bonuses, and the special bonus if you sign up by midnight tonight with Reverend Stephanie Redfeather, Energy Hygiene for Animal Loving Empaths. So, Tammy, we're at the end of our time together. You have anything that's still on your heart you want to share? It's been really wonderful to be with you this time, this last hour.
I have enjoyed it, Stephen. Thank you so much. I want to say that I believe that this method of holding two beings together in a unified field of light is not only transformative, it's a glimpse into the future of healing. It accelerates the growth for the pair, and it also contributes to the raising of the collective consciousness. And for those watching, know that it would be my honor to walk this path with anyone who feels called to take this work into the world as a way to honor and thank the animal kingdom for all they've done for us for millions of years. And I'd love to close with your permission with the prayer that I close every single class I ever teach with.
Let's do it.
Okay, if everyone can just watching, just put your hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and say the words along with me. May all beings be safe and protected. May all beings be free from suffering. May all beings live with ease and grace. And may all beings know love.
No.
Thank you, everyone, for your love of animals. And I hope to see you in the class.
Thank you so much. What a blessing you are, Tammy. Thank you for this time together, for the beautiful offerings you've already made, and for this training, which is really an extraordinary training. And again, it's all at animalhumantandemhealing.com. And for anybody who signs up by midnight tonight, you'll get that special Reverend Stephanie uh, bonus on energy hygiene for animal loving empaths. So thank you so much. Many
Thank
blessings.
you.